When it comes to personal hygiene, many of us are eager to try new products, whether it's a soap with a fresh scent, a gentle cleanser, or one promising extra moisture. But sometimes, after switching to a new soap, you might notice something unusual: itching, burning, redness, or even a change in discharge in your vaginal area. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. The vagina and the vulva, the external part of the genitals, are incredibly sensitive areas. They react quickly to changes, especially when it comes to new products. But why does this happen, and what can you do about it? To understand your body's reactions, it's important to know that the vagina is a self-cleaning organ. It maintains a delicate balance of bacteria and pH, creating an environment that's naturally protective. This balance can be disrupted by a variety of factors, including hormonal changes, menstruation, sex, and yes, new soaps and hygiene products. The vulva, while not self-cleaning in the same way, is also covered with delicate skin and mucous membranes that can easily become irritated. Most soaps, even those labeled as gentle or natural, contain ingredients that can upset this balance. Fragrances, dyes, preservatives, and even some moisturizing agents can act as irritants. The skin around the vulva is thinner and more permeable than skin elsewhere on the body, which means it absorbs substances more readily and is more susceptible to reactions. When you introduce a new soap, your body might react in several ways. Some people experience immediate symptoms: itching, redness, stinging, or burning, within minutes or hours of use. Others might notice changes more gradually, like dryness, peeling, or a persistent feeling of discomfort. In some cases, you might see a change in the color, texture, or scent of discharge. All of these are signs that your body is not happy with the new product. But why does this happen with some soaps and not others? The answer comes down to the specific ingredients in each product and your body's unique sensitivities. Some people are more prone to allergic reactions, known as contact dermatitis, while others may have a more general sensitivity, called irritant dermatitis. Both conditions can cause similar symptoms, but the underlying mechanisms are different. Allergic reactions occur spontaneously when your immune system identifies a particular substance as harmful and mounts a defense against it. This often involves redness, swelling, and intense itching. Irritant reactions, on the other hand, happen when a substance directly damages the skin's protective barrier, leading to dryness, stinging, or burning. The most common culprits in soaps include added fragrances, essential oils, certain preservatives like parabens or formaldehyde releasers, and harsh detergents like sodium lauryl sulfate. It's also important to remember that the vaginal area has a naturally acidic pH, typically between 3.5 and 4.5. This acidity helps keep harmful bacteria at bay and maintains the balance of good bacteria, such as lactobacilli. Most soaps, however, are alkaline, with a pH closer to 9 or 10. When you use an alkaline soap in the vaginal area, it can disrupt the natural acidity, making it easier for bad bacteria and yeast to thrive. This can lead to infections like bacterial vaginosis or yeast infections. Another factor to consider is the frequency and method of washing. Overwashing, scrubbing, or using washcloths and loofahs can cause microtears in the skin, making irritation more likely. Even using water that's too hot can strip away natural oils, leaving the area dry and more prone to reactions. So what should you do if you notice a reaction after using a new soap? The first and most obvious step is to stop using the product immediately. Rinse the area gently with lukewarm water and avoid any other potential irritants, such as scented wipes, powders, or tight-fitting synthetic underwear. Give your body a few days to heal. Most mild reactions will resolve on their own once the irritant is removed. If the symptoms persist or worsen, especially if you develop blisters, sores, a foul-smelling discharge, or if the area becomes very swollen or painful, it's time to see a healthcare provider. These could be signs of an infection or a more serious allergic reaction that requires medical attention. In the meantime, resist the urge to apply over-the-counter creams or ointments unless specifically advised by a healthcare professional. Many products marketed for vaginal health, such as antifungal creams, hydrocortisone, or antibacterial ointments can actually make irritation worse if used unnecessarily. Prevention is always better than cure, so let's talk about how to avoid these reactions in the first place. When it comes to cleaning your vulva, less is more. Most gynecologists agree that warm water is sufficient for daily cleaning. If you prefer to use soap, choose a mild, unscented, and dye-free product. Look for labels that say fragrance-free rather than unscented, as the latter can sometimes contain masking fragrances that are just as irritating. It's also a good idea to avoid products with long lists of ingredients or those that promise a strong scent or extra freshness. The skin in the genital area is not designed to handle the same kinds of cleansers you might use on your hands or body. In fact, using strong soaps or douches can actually increase odor in the long run by disrupting the natural flora and pH, leading to infections and inflammation. Another important tip: avoid using soap internally. The vagina does not require cleaning with soap or any kind of wash. Doing so can strip away protective bacteria and lead to more problems down the line. Only the external area, the vulva, should be gently cleaned if needed. Choosing the right underwear and hygiene products can also make a big difference. Cotton underwear allows the area to breathe and helps wick away moisture, reducing the risk of irritation and infection. Avoid wearing tight-fitting pants or synthetic fabrics for extended periods, as these can create a warm, moist environment where bacteria and yeast flourish. When trying a new product, consider doing a patch test first. Apply a small amount of the soap to an area of skin away from the genitals, like the inside of your wrist or elbow, and wait 24 hours to see if any reaction develops. While this isn't a guarantee of how your vulva will react, it can help identify obvious irritants or allergens. If you're someone who's had repeated reactions, you might want to invest in products specifically designed for sensitive skin, or those marketed as hypoallergenic. However, even these can cause reactions in some people, so it's always best to proceed with caution. Lifestyle factors also play a role in vaginal health. Staying hydrated, eating a balanced diet rich in probiotics, and maintaining good overall hygiene can support a healthy vaginal environment. If you notice persistent changes in your vaginal health, like unusual discharge, odor, or discomfort, it's always best to consult a healthcare provider rather than trying to self-diagnose. In summary, your vagina and vulva are sensitive, self-regulating parts of your body that generally don't need much intervention. When you introduce a new soap or hygiene product, you're exposing this delicate area to potential irritants that can disrupt its natural balance. Most reactions are caused by fragrances, dyes, harsh detergents, or a mismatch in pH. The best way to care for your vaginal health is to keep things simple. Use only warm water or a very mild, fragrance-free soap on the external area. Avoid internal cleansing, and choose breathable fabrics for underwear. If you do experience a reaction, stop using the product, give your body time to heal, and consult a healthcare provider if symptoms persist or worsen. By being mindful of what you use and how you care for your body, you can maintain a healthy, comfortable, and happy vaginal environment. No fancy soaps required. Remember, when it comes to your intimate health, less is often more. Listen to your body, trust your instincts, and don't be afraid to seek professional advice when you need it. Your comfort and well-being are worth it.